What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be reviewing High C's entire discography. Now, if you don't know High C, that's not that crazy, but, I mean, if you're tapped into the underground scene, you've probably heard of High C. He has like 150K monthly listeners, and he is one of the GOATs, one of the underappreciated GOATs of the modern era. Like, I'm saying, he is up there with, like, Chief Keef, bro. Like, I'm being so serious. He's been dropping since 2013. That was when he dropped his debut mixtape. And then after that, it was just banger after banger after banger. Like, keeping the same consistent sound, but switching it up occasionally. Usually, I do discography rankings whenever I think the artist's albums sound, like, all relatively similar, so I can just talk about them all in one video. And that's what I plan to do. He does switch up his sound, like I said, but, I mean, a High C album, like, you're going into it, you know exactly what you're gonna get. You're gonna get some singing, you're gonna get some banger beats, you're gonna get a bunch of random video game dialogue talking in your ear, and, like, gunshots and shit, but it's all tough, so it don't even matter. So yeah, I'm gonna be going in order of worst to best, so, at the last spot, I don't know how many albums and EPs he even has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. So the number 10 spot is Underworld Order, Volume 1, released in 2019. This is a collab mixtape between High C and Wi-Fi God. I'd never heard of Wi-Fi God before I listened to this mixtape. And he's alright. If I had to describe his sound, he kind of sounds like a more chill Pop Smoke. Like, he's not drill, like he be rapping. At least on this album, it was like these kind of ethereal, like a little bit experimental beats. At least compared to what he was releasing before. Like, this album was a little bit of a turning point in his discography. But the reason it's at number last, bro, High C's not even on here. All he does is the producing, and he does have some fire beats. And Wi-Fi God does have, like, some good hooks, like, solid flows sometimes. But it's never, like, it's not somebody who I'm gonna listen to a whole album. I'm trying to listen to High C. I didn't want to hear High C producing for some random, bro. So, yeah, but, I mean, overall, it's like a 5 out of 10. I would even maybe bump it to like a 5.5, just because it's like decent, but I'm never going back to this. I didn't really save any songs off of it. There were a couple good songs, but I didn't really add any to my playlist, so yeah, that's my number 10 spot. Number 9, I have Emo KO Bankroll Posse. This was one of his earlier albums, released in 2015. Whenever he was still making like a bunch of really long, weird song titles and album titles. This album, like, the sound is more of a continuation of his trap type of, like, I don't know, weirdly mixed sound that he had on Money Fetish Renegade Demon. This is kind of continuing off on that, because he started out with that sound, and then over time, like, started adding more stuff, like, added the singing, added the different flows, added, like, the video game, like, more sounds from random games and stuff. Just making his music more experimental and more interesting. But yeah, this follows a more basic trap sound. And it has some cool songs, but none that are as iconic as the songs on Money Fetish. The intro track is pretty hard. Every Day is XXXmas, as well as Vampire Slut Whore Nightclub. That is one of his coolest song names. Overall, one of the more forgettable releases from High C. I don't go back to this, and yeah, it's 6.5 out of 10. It's alright, you know. Next up, this is probably going to be a hot take, but for my number 8 spot, I actually have Money Fetish Renegade Demon, his first mixtape in 2013. Now, this has like a more darker trap vibe, like I was saying. This is like his darkest album compared to all his other ones. And for that, it has an interesting sound, but like, and for a debut mixtape, it's solid. but I've heard a lot better. I've heard a lot of better debut mixtapes. It lacks emotion and lacks a lot of the qualities that made me really interested in High C's music later in his career. It's great trap beats. Like, I really love the hi-hat patterns on this album, but like my only standouts are like Cast a Spell Like Quan Chi. That song is good. Mantra Good, I casted so many spells, you idiot. That song is also good. Sumo is an alright intro. And then there's another song about like cobras or something. And I think that one's alright. But overall, I do not go back to this album that often. I think it's a good album. I think it's a good starting point. I think it's a 7 out of 10. Like, it's a little bit overhyped, but it's important in his discography. So, that's my number, I think, 7. I'm gonna lose track of what number I'm on. The next album, I would say, for my number 6 spot is No More Heroes, Volume 2. Now, Volume 1 is way better than this, but Volume 2 has a few bangers and is just not as consistent as Volume 1. It's also longer, so that kind of makes sense, but there's still some fire songs on here. The intro is fire. Rank 11 plus Go, Helter Skelter. The names on here are so weird, but what I do like more about this album is it's more based on the actual story of the game No More Heroes. Like, every song starts with a specific dialogue option from one of the characters, and it, like, goes in order. So I think that is pretty cool. But other than that, there's not that many other songs on here I mess with, besides, like, Rank 7 plus No More Heroes 666. I can't say I don't mess with the songs on here, because there's not really, like, a High C song I don't mess with. Like, I mean, there's gotta be, like, a couple, but there's not really a bad High C song. And yeah, personally, I just think that this album is better and more interesting than Money Fetish. Like, I just think his flows are better. It actually has singing on here. There's no singing on Money Fetish. Some people say that's his best album. No. How? How do you possibly think that, bro? And the last album for the one in my 7 out of 10 region is Sergeant High C, the one that I listened to before recording this video. This is High C's latest release to this day, 2026, July, 7th. And I don't know if High C will ever make any more music. And because of that, I really appreciate this album, and I think it's underappreciated. Because it came after Left 4 Dead. A bunch of new fans came with Left 4 Dead. And then they listened to Sergeant High C and they didn't like it for some reason, bro, even though it's fire. Chrome Heart White Tea, the intro track, is a great intro with a jerk type beat. This album is also named after the manga series Sergeant Frog. The series is about aliens, and it has a very comedic, whimsical vibe to it, which I think really fits the soundscape of this album. There's a bunch of laser gun sounds and just silly little noises. This is a much more less serious album, I feel like. Chrome Heart Nerd Glasses is also fire. Fail is fire. That's a little underrated. Yeah, I would give this thing a 7.5. So pretty much what that means is I think it's really good. So, but after that is where it gets a little bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie, because after that it's just straight heat. It is no misses from here. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to go with Vasto at Lord 333, whatever that album is called, released in 2022. I think this is an 8 out of 10. This is a great album. This album is really the start of High C's more modern career, as it's more focused on distorted, modern rage type of rap, where the scene was really picking up in this direction at this point in 2022 with artists like Ken Carson, Homicide Gang, Destroy Lonely, stuff like that. Yeah, so I think it's a cool sound. The songs do kind of blend together a bit on here. They all kind of sound pretty similar, which is an issue you run into in his later albums. But I really like certain songs on here, like Malice Doll and Beautiful Joe, I think are hard. Like, it just has some bangers on it. And I remember when I first heard this, I was just like, I just thought it was so good, bro. I thought it was so good. I don't go back to it as often anymore, but 8 out of 10. Very deserving of an 8 out of 10 spot. Now, my next one I would have to go with is probably High the Lone Star mixtape, released in 2019. More chill. There's like a more chill sound on this album. And this is the era where High C makes some of his most beautiful songs. Like, I don't know why. That took a while to grow on me, but like, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. And She Know Da Wave. Like, these songs are beautiful to me. Like, and the features on the mixtape are alright. This was like the first one where he was really having people featured. And this is probably his best mixtape. There's not really any misses on here. High the Lone Star. There's also a song about, like, Jedi, like, I'm a Jedi bitch, or something like that. That song is also tough. But, yeah, now, once again, it continues to get trickier. We're out of my solid 8 out of 10 range, and now we're going into the 8.5 out of 10. So the next album for that would be... Damn. I have to go with Left 4 Dead. Released in 2023. This was his really... Like, I feel like he's had multiple breakout albums, but in the modern day, in his modern side of his discography, this is really his breakout one, Left 4 Dead. Everyone talks about this one. And for good reason. It is amazing. I just don't think it's as consistent as some of his earlier albums, because his earlier albums were just shorter, so he was able to just have banger, 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 banger. Now in this one, we got like banger, 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 filler, banger, banger, filler, 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 banger, filler. Like, it kind of drops off a little bit towards the latter half. But yeah, it kind of makes up for that with all of the slappers that are on here. The intro track, Nana O Hatch 1, I don't know how you're supposed to actually say that. That song's amazing. Guppy featuring Xavier Sobase. That song is so good, bro. You a guppy. Deuce 3 times. Another banger. Natural Born Killers is a personal favorite of mine. I like listening to this song in the shower. I think it's just really beautiful, bro. Yeah. Once again, a lot of the songs are similar, but at this point, High C has literally mastered his sound. Like, the modern one with the more rage influence, he mastered that shit with this album. Like, it is peak. Beautiful. Magnificent, bro. So, yeah. That would be that spot. I think we're in the top 3 now. Or no, are we in the top 1? No, top 2. We're in top 2 now, top 2. Alright. My next one, my number 2 spot, is No More Heroes, Volume 1, released in 2015. This used to be my number 1. This album is immediately so much better than Money Fetish Renegade Demon. Like, I don't know what happened in those 2 years, from 2013 to 2015, but, like, he locked in. He locked in. 2-seater, banger. High C Baby, banger. London Lauren, banger. Like, the intro track, No More Heroes, is a banger. All This Pain made me grow up. All This Pain made a ninja grow up. Like, that's tough. It is tough. So, yeah. This is where he gets his more signature sound with, like, trap beats covered in video game samples and auto-tune singing. He also expands his song with the last track, Mine Forever, which is more of like a Jade's type of track, almost, where it's like, it's got like a guitar and drum beat in the background. I know that has an actual name for like what the style is called, but I don't really know. And he's kind of just like singing and complaining about his life. I think it's kind of lame, but shit, it's whatever, bro. It's on there. And yeah, album overall has no misses. No misses. Like Mine Forever, it's a little bit lame because it's just basic drum track, basic guitar, but it ends off the album pretty well with like a nice closer. So, yeah. For my last album, it's not an album, it's actually his EP, Pretty Demon Rock Stars from 2020. This has just recently surpassed No More Heroes, Volume 1, and was the main reason that I wanted to make this video. Because I wanted to talk about Pretty Demon Rock Stars. Easily High C's best EP. There's another EP he had in like 2016. I realize I didn't review that, but I don't really care about it. It has like 6 songs, and like half of them are like not even real songs. It's like, bro, what are we doing? But yeah, this has his most beautiful song, and debatably his best song, Skins 222. Like, the singing on this, and my bitch ride me like a roller coaster, and a bitch like a supernova. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, I heard this for the first time, I didn't think it was that crazy. Every single listen, it gets better, genuinely. As well as bangers like Bye Bye. Bro. Dubai, say how high? Bro. Tell that little bit bye, bye, bye. Bro, come on. Like, that is a banger. And Ball Out, the intro, want me ball out, no emotions, never thought. There's no bad songs on it. It's 6 songs of straight the best High C you will hear. It's the best of High C. You have some banger High C songs, some beautiful High C songs, some calm High C songs that are like kind of niche but are still bangers. Like, this was his prime, and it really kind of continues that kind of like ethereal sound that Underworld Order had with like the, bro, flip the fucking right page. Damn. But yeah, it's just much more shorter and consistent, and has High C in one of his many primes. One of his many primes, no misses. So yeah, this is a 9 out of 10. Amazing. And I think that's his best project. His best thing that he's dropped. So yes, technically I think the best thing he's dropped is an EP. But yeah, to go over the rankings again, real quick, my number 1 is Pretty Demon Rockstars. Number 2, No More Heroes, Volume 1. Number 3 is, goddamn, Left 4 Dead. Number 4, High the Lone Star Mixtape. Number 5, Vasto at Lord 333, whatever that one is. And yeah, so that's my top 5. That's my top 5. All of those albums I have added to my library by High C. I think they're just really solid. Some of the best melodic trap that you can listen to, honestly, bro. Like, just listen to High C or listen to Blade, and then you're good. Anyways, that's it. I've been talking too damn long, bro. These videos been stretching. 20 minutes. But anyways, I'll see y'all. Let me know what you think of High C. Tell me your rankings in the comments. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to review. Later.